I mean, Federer certainly hasn't been jumping up and down for joy the last couple of matches. I think that has a little bit more to do with his back being a little out of sorts and him not being fully confident with his movement. But it could just be that he's tired. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not holding my breath for that scenario.
Okay, just the two matches here so far. Bye in round one, courtesy of being seeded. And Thierry Assion, the French qualifier, 6-1. Martin Verkerk yesterday, 3 tie-break sets. Verkerk had match points in the second set, so Federer a little bit lucky, you could say, to be here. But he is here. He's the man that Henman has to get past today. The winner will face Andy Roddick. It doesn't get any easier for either of these men in the semi-finals tomorrow. We'll have both those semi-finals live from 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on Sky Sports Extra. Greg Rosetsky will join myself and Peter Fleming in the studio. Confirmation of their head-to-heads. Let's have a word with Mark Petchey, who's alongside Barry Milnes in the commentary box. Petch, how do you see this one?
Well, I think you guys have pretty much hit the nail on the head in many ways. I think this whole thing about Federer being tired is a little bit overstated. I mean, as Federer said, he said, I only feel tired because people are asking me the question. He says, I just want to go and play. I mean, Roddick's played 85 singles matches. We haven't even touched on Roddick being tired.
No, but Roddick, Petch, does have the ability to win quicker points than Roger Federer, surely?
No, not that much quicker, Chris. I think, again, you'd be splitting hairs with the way that Federer plays.
OK, good point. Cedric Mourier in the umpire's chair. Certainly Roddick looking as fresh as a daisy right the way through this week. That'll be helped by claiming the world #1 when the rankings come out on Monday. So, Pete, you're plumbing for Federer, I feel, from our little chat throughout the day.
Well, I think he's the favourite, certainly, yeah.
OK, thank you. More from Peter Fleming at the end of this one. Let's hand you over now for the last quarter-final of the day. Yuri Novak will take on Andre Pavel. Andy Roddick will face either Tim Henman or Roger Federer in tomorrow's semi-finals. Here's Mark Petchey, but first, good evening to Barry Milnes.
Good evening, Chris, and welcome to this wonderful arena. A full house, buzzing with anticipation for this last quarter-final. Henman's certainly got better here match by match, no doubt about that. But as for this man, Roger Federer, well, the same can't quite be said of that, of him. A struggle against Verkerk. He looked disinterested and out of sorts for much of the contest. Eventually got through, but will Henman bring out the best in him here?
I think one of the reasons that Henman has such a great record against Federer is because he enjoys Federer's style of play. I mean, you've got to remember that Henman growing up, this is pretty much, you know, the sort of tennis he used to face. Better equipped than everybody else on the tour to handle Federer's game. Yeah, that's a smart play from Federer. Look to see him serve and volley a lot on the second serve and take the chip charge out of Henman's repertoire.
Henman got another look at it, but no way past. Federer firm at the net and on the board first. Well, there may be some miles from Wimbledon, but these guys will always have a link with the All England club. A couple of years ago that they met there, the quarter-final stages, and that was just after Federer had knocked out Sampras. Caused a huge shock there in doing that. Full of talent, but Henman dealt with him in the following round. And has done so most times they've met.
Federer did very well to track down the forehand from Henman.
Well, Henman looked like he was going to be all over that point, and he does bring out one of the best shots from Federer early on. That's ominous.
A silky smooth pass again by Federer on the run. Just looked a little disinterested in this opening couple of matches here, Federer, but I think at times, as we see his coach Peter Lundgren, it's a bit of a chore, shall we say, to try and get through those opening couple of matches when you've had the season that Federer has.
Pinpoint onto the line from Henman's volley.
Well, the volley was good, but the movement was better. It was a testing return from Federer.
And again. Johan de Beer, Tim's fitness trainer. No coach in his corner at the moment. In fact, that was the case when they met at Wimbledon those 2 years ago. Henman doing things on his own at the time.
It's impressive returning. It's actually, well, it's as impressive that Henman's managed to get himself to juice in this game. A great start by the Swiss player.
That's a good hold from Henman. Important to do so at the start of the match. And however well he played yesterday against Gustavo Kirten, and he did. It's a new day, completely different opponent, and one who I think is up for this match. Maybe not earlier in the week, but showing signs that he wants a good win over a guy who's beaten him many times before.
Again, stood his ground so well with Kirten last night, and a nice smile there from Henman. Must be enjoying the way he's striking the ball.
unlucky. He faked one way, came back the other, got onto the ball, but mishit it.
Well, we had a little shot of Peter Lundgren just before that serve from Federer, and Lundgren is usually writing notes in his notebook all the time throughout the course of Federer's matches, and I think again a good strategy early on here employed by the team of Federer and Lundgren of serve volleying on the second serve. It'll make Henman have to probably hit over his backhand a little bit more. Trying to hold it, kept holding it, couldn't pull it cross court in the end.
Lovely follow through. Forced Henman out wide, punched the volley away the other side. And the Swiss fans out of their seats for that. Federer back in his, 2-1 the lead, first set.
Yeah, I dream about vinyl all the time, you know. All my debts, everything are just vinyl related. You have that little clunk and that little few seconds of crackles. Sounds rich. You want it just perfect so it slips nicely so you can scratch with it. You open that shrink wrap and you get the air from the pressing factory. Vinyl is a form of expression. That's my girl. I'm married to it there, you know.
Price reverse at B&Q now saves you even more.
Like these halogen spotlights, save £5. They're under £20 each. That's another price we've lowered.
Just a routine chest X-ray?
Just a routine chest X-ray. I found out there was lung cancer. And you think to yourself, they must be wrong. You never think it's going to happen to you. Just make your decision.
If you want to stop smoking, call 0800 169 0169.
If you're just joining us, welcome to Paris, the Palais Omnisport in Bercy. That's the scoreline on serve in the opening set of this last quarter-final. Andy Roddick, the new world #1, awaits the winner in tomorrow's semis. And we've had some good tennis from both men already.